The Panama Canal is only about 50 miles long, but despite its size, it remains one of the most important trade routes in the world. Every year, thousands of ships pass through it, carrying everything from consumer goods and food to oil and industrial materials. Without the canal, global shipping would become slower, more expensive, and far less efficient. And even more than a century after it was completed, the Panama Canal still plays a major role in how the modern global economy functions. The reason it matters starts with geography. The canal connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through Central America, allowing ships to avoid traveling all the way around the southern tip of South America. That shortcut saves enormous amounts of time and fuel. For global shipping companies, shorter routes mean lower costs, faster deliveries, and more efficient trade. In an economy built around speed and global supply chains, those advantages matter enormously. The canal is especially important for trade between Asia and the eastern United States, as well as between Europe and the western coasts of the Americas. Massive cargo ships carrying electronics, vehicles, raw materials, and consumer products rely on the canal every day. A disruption there doesn't just affect Panama, it affects supply chains across multiple continents. When delays happen, shipping costs rise, deliveries slow down, and businesses around the world feel the impact. That vulnerability became especially clear in recent years as drought conditions reduced water levels in Panama. The canal depends on fresh water to operate its lock system, and lower water levels forced authorities to limit the number of ships passing through. This created traffic backups and increased global shipping costs. It also reminded countries and companies how dependent modern trade still is on a few key choke points. The canal also has major strategic importance. Historically, the United States viewed it as critical to both trade and military mobility. Control over the canal allowed faster naval movement between the Atlantic and Pacific, which became especially important during wartime. Even today, the canal remains strategically valuable because it connects major economic regions and supports global commerce at scale. There's also growing geopolitical interest around the canal itself. As global competition between major powers increases, infrastructure and trade routes become more politically sensitive. China has expanded its economic influence throughout Latin America, including investments tied to ports and logistics, while the United States continues to view the region as strategically important. Because the canal is so central to global shipping, influence around it carries global significance. What makes the Panama Canal so important is not its size, but its efficiency.